just arrived in Queenstown. Very winding roads. As you can see, I had, wow, the whole top shelf emptied. Wow, I'm very happy I put the eggs on the bottom. Yeah, so I had a few rough turns there, but all in all, no worries. I don't know if I'm supposed to be parked here or if this is for cars. So I might back up, but I'm gonna put this away first.
Oh no.
Giving up on life.
Alright, so, yes, I speak to everybody, say hello.
Hi.
So, as you can kind of see in this position, sheep's sort of given up on life, okay? So hopefully it should sit nice and still like this, allow me to share it fairly easily. Now, you might be able to see here the wool on the belly. Up through here, I'll be taking out all this wool along this leg, along the back here. And you should see nice pink skin, all for the longest clothes. So clearing out, clearing out all of this wool on the back over here. And now, one other thing you might have noticed, okay, are the shoes that I'm wearing at the moment. So these.
Wow. Just on one word. Fucking hell. Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
A day, and that's because of the amount of running they have to do. If I was to send her up that hill on a full stomach, she'd end up getting.
I'm having a little bit of a bad day. Actually, I think it's just a bad evening. So I drove to Queenstown, very winding roads. Went for breakfast, which was good. Then I went on the farm tour, as you saw. An Asian tourist sat on me. So during the dog show, like before the dog show, as people were arriving, I was seated front row because I wanted a good view. And there was no place on the bench. And there was a bunch of Asians beside me, and a lady decided she wanted to sit between me and another Asian dude. There was no space, so she sat on me. I am annoyed. And then I took the boat back, and I was like in the weirdest place on the boat. I was like with the workers. It was very weird. That was very uncomfortable. Then I went to get my camper van to drive to the campsite, and I missed my turn. And so I had to do this like big ass fucking 15-minute circle on the most steep and winding roads I have ever encountered. And there were cars on my ass the whole time. And that just really sucked. So apparently I can't change views. Like when I'm filming, I can only do front or back. Anyway, so then I was like, maybe I'm hangry. So I made some scrambled eggs. And then I basically cried because I forgot to salt them. And then immediately after, I ripped my only pair of jeans. I'm not having a good day. Good morning. Recap from yesterday to finish that video. I had a meltdown. For probably many stupid reasons. I was overwhelmed. Well, see, I still have bruises. Because I was overwhelmed. There was just a lot of people on that farm tour. And then on the way back on the boat, I was in the most random places. It was me and a bunch of workers in the boat. Like I was on the, like most people were on the top floor of the boat. I was on the bottom floor in like the hull, you know, where they have like those little, the tiny round windows. And it was literally me and a bunch of guys with orange vests that work on the boat. Anyway, I was a little uncomfortable. And then, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, by the way, because I think I'm doing that a lot. And then on the way to my campground, I missed the exit. And so I had to do like a 15-minute detour. Because, like, where are the roundabouts when you need them, right? They're never there. So I had to do like a long 15-minute detour, and the roads were really winding and steep. And there were cars on my ass nonstop. And that overwhelmed me. And then I was like, I'm probably hangry. So then I got home, aka the camper van. I finally parked in my camping spot. And I forced myself. I made scrambled eggs, which I forgot to salt, so I cried. And then I sat down, and then I noticed that I tore my only pair of jeans, so I cried again. And then I knew I had to empty and refill my van for the first time, and I don't know, it just seemed very scary and impossible. So then I was on the floor of the camper van crying again. And I think you all know that I never cry. Apparently I only cry for the most ridiculous reasons. But eventually I stopped crying. I think probably the food finally filled my belly. And so yeah, I stopped crying. I went to the dump station. I emptied and filled the van, which was way easier than I thought it would be. The only thing I haven't done is empty the toilet, but like it's not full yet. I think there's a light that changes color when it's full. Anyway, I'm gonna have to ask the company. And yeah, and then I went to bed. So this morning I'm off to Tianu, but this is gonna be in like day 3 video.